Alright, to continue my train of thought on this, yeah, when I took this apart I noticed right there, you can see it's shiny on the circuit board. That is some sort of moisture or hydraulic fluid, and excuse me, it is, I'm not going to touch it again, but it was sticky. And when I was fiddling around with this thing and taking this thing apart, there was some other sticky spot on here. I guess it was just on the brown plastic here. So it would lead me to believe that somewhere along the line the master cylinder leaked a little bit on this thing. Now, I think I'm going to try to take the rest of this apart. I mean, it's just the circuit board and the connectors right here, but and I guess the brown thing is just an insulator, you know, to protect the circuit board. And just one more thing, inside here, where the pins are, it is also, you could probably see it in the earlier part of this video, it's wet in there. And those pins, the reason I started fiddling around with this thing is when I took a closer look at this, I took it out of the car today, I noticed on the pins, I got out my magnifying glasses and I took a closer look at the pins, and I could see that there's corrosion on all the pins. So my guess is that this switch was on its way out, and had I left it in the 2005 M3, somewhere along the line I would have had a no start no crank issue. And this is the part I don't get. I mean, I understand it from just a positioning and practical standpoint. This thing, these modules sit like this on the master cylinder, right where the clutch pedal is, right? So you have the clutch pedal. You can probably see from one of my other videos. The master cylinder sits vertically, and these things clip in with this part up on the top side here, and then the male connector comes in and clips in, and then it's connected to the rest of the wiring harness. But this thing sits right on in a little tiny, you know, plastic frame on the side of the master cylinder. Now, what my question is, why would they put it there? Again, I know they put it there because it's obvious and it's easy to see, and that's pretty much, I guess, why they would put it there. But if the master cylinder starts to leak, or just leaks a little bit over time, these things are gonna go bad eventually anyway, because they're plastic and they're brittle. But to introduce hydraulic fluid, just a little tiny bit is all it takes to seep into this thing, to short it out, and then you have a no start no crank problem, and you could be stranded who the hell knows where. So I know that all plastic switches over time are going to fail, probably because they just get old and brittle, and hopefully you're not, you know, out in the middle of nowhere driving your car trying to get the thing started. But this is really sort of moronic. I mean, there's plenty of space under that panel, under the plastic, you know, protective panel under the steering wheel. There's plenty of room under there for this thing to be in a safe spot. I mean, you can even tuck it under, which I'm going to do from now on, and is what I do in my 04, if you're familiar with these and you look under the steering wheel where these things live, under that, you know, plastic protective panel, up toward the left, there's a spot where you can just tuck it in and it's out of harm's way. Not to mention the fact that when you put the, you don't even have to tuck it in anywhere, because when you put the cover back on, you know, it can just rest over on the cover to the left, you know, far away from the master cylinder, and you know, with no chance of getting any hydraulic fluid anywhere near it. So that's if I find anything out, as I take this apart, if I see anything else that I think needs, that you know, is interesting, and I think I should video and post, I'll put it up. But anyway, this is again, and this goes down like this, right? It's not meant to be in this position. I just pulled this apart because I was curious to see, you know, what was under here, what it looked like. I mean, I figured it was a, you know, a circuit board like this. Sure enough. So anyway, that's what a clutch module looks like, and this is what a bad clutch module looks like. You don't want it to get any hydraulic fluid on there. So that's the story with that.